it.
Oh, yeah, we should have somebody watching this.
Hey.
The podcast is live.
There we go. All
We really
right.
should have had at least one person watching just to tell us that it was there.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we're on our own now.
Well,
Here
somebody
we go.
will figure it out eventually, maybe.
We're
Who knows?
actually live.
We are. This is actually live. Somebody can
Live
comment.
and alive.
All right. So let's fire up the audio here. And 3, 2, 1.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the rehearsal podcast for the week of May 5. We are 321 Improv Comedy, continuing to keep our distancing seriously. Jeremy is over in Oklahoma.
That's right.
Mike is there in New Hampshire, who thinks that we can affect him through the camera. I'm Carl down here in Florida, and big news, we had a show this week.
Whew, man.
We did.
First time in a couple of months. We were, I was going to say on stage. We weren't on stage. We were on a Zoom call for 10 minutes with our friends from Iowa.
Yeah.
And we played an improv game. Does that count as a show?
Well, I mean, it was online, right? So that's a first. Have we ever done an online show?
No, I think that's definitely a first. It was a good time. The people that we do Rocky Mountain High with, the event out in Estes Park, Colorado, every third summer, we'll be there in July, hopefully. And we got together with them to hang out and have some laughs. And I thought it went pretty well for being on Zoom.
Yeah. It was really interesting to me because we did the radio interview game, right?
Yeah.
So Jeremy,
normally you're hiding behind a curtain somewhere.
Yeah, normally I'm out of sight, right? So then in front of the camera, I'm like, I don't know, I guess I need to portray the character better, but I can't just stand here the whole time. So I think I covered the lens and was like, and then character. I don't know.
Yeah, it was even funnier because so that the people, there was like 6 or 7 other people in the call with us, and they didn't want to laugh and not be able to hear us. So everybody muted themselves. So we just see all these other people being like, yeah.
Some of them were laughing hard and wiping tears, but you can't hear anything. So it's encouraging to see them laughing, but you don't feed off the energy of the laugh. Yeah, it was pretty bizarre.
But we made it. It was good. It was fun. And
we made it work.
Let's see good folks over in Rocky Mountain High sometime this summer.
And fortunately, Mike, you asked a question of Jeremy that forced him to come up with a historical reference so that we can play fact-checking Jeremy.
Yes.
All right.
I believe the quote from Jeremy, he was talking, it was something about a big event in 1857. The great.
Yeah, I think I was just saying, hey, this day in history in 1857, a big day in the hippopotamus.
I really need to study my history because Mike will just throw out dates, and I'm like, what was going on then?
It's very easy for me to put 4 years together that make a year, or four numbers together to make a year, and it's much harder for you to come up with something that actually closely resembles that year.
Yeah.
The first time this happened, you referenced a steam engine and you referenced a year, and we were like, did that actually exist? So we had to go look it up and fact check.
Steam engine had just rudimentary, a one that was put on a desk. It
was a tabletop version at that point.
So I gotta technically correct.
But so this time you said that this event in 1857 was the beginning of the Civil War. Do we have a reference of some kind that tells us at what point did the Civil War actually begin? Were there remnants of fighting going on in 1857?
If the Civil War was anywhere close to that time, I win.
1861 is the start to the Civil War.
What year?
1861 started the Civil War.
Okay. And what year were we talking about?
Our friend Montse on Facebook here says something about the stock market. Was the stock market started?
Oh. Because we were talking about 1857. So, yeah, I thought you were a little bit early. But, I mean, there could have been a household spat somewhere along the border where, the family was divided and one went north and one went south. So, I mean, I'll give it to you. I think that works.
Close enough? Is it a technically correct? What is it?
Yeah, we'll give you that one. It's not anything blatantly inaccurate. So we'll give it to you.
All right, cool. So we'll call that a technically correct.
All right, I've got some listener feedback for us. Every once in a while, we get comments from people with questions, or they're making comments about the things we're talking about. This one comes from our.
Actually, take some of those live as we continue to do these episodes here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if somebody has a question, feel free to. We're live on StreamYard, which puts us live on YouTube and Facebook. If you have questions, we're happy to interact and answer those. This one comes from our friend Alana. Alana, I think she may have caught up. She went back and started at the beginning. Her goal was to listen to all of the podcasts.
Wow.
From, I think, over about 3 years. And now she started watching as well. So she's one of those overachievers that listens and watches. And she said that she was watching a show the other day where a bald guy accidentally shaved his eyebrows off, and it was hard to tell the difference because there was no reference point. She was curious if I would try this so she could see if it works for all bald guys.
Oh, really?
My first question is, how do you accidentally shave off your eyebrows?
Maybe you were cooking and a big
that'd be flame. Like singeing them off. This is accidentally shaved. So I got to be shaving my head and like I got to
dip down too far much further.
Now it's getting really dangerous because I'm
but not so far to your eye.
Yeah, I don't see.
Sounds like it can't be an accident. I don't know how.
I don't see how that's possible, but I'm not gonna try shaving my eyebrows just so Alana can find out if it looks any different.
It does.
I mean, can't she just edit a picture of me?
How much would someone have to pay you to shave your eyebrows? Probably not that much, right?
Yeah, probably not that much. especially in today's world when we can't get on a plane and go do a show. I looked it up. Here you go. When was the last time that I went this long without being on a stage doing some sort of improv show? We've not been on a stage in 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
We were on tour in New York at the beginning of March, and then everything is shut down. We were about to head to Nashville. What year was the last time I went 2 months without being on stage to do an improv show?
Oh gosh, it's not in 3, 2, 1 days. It's got to be CPR days.
Yeah.
Right. And so
3, 2, 1 started in 2004. Before that, I was in a group called CPR Improv.
I guess it was 1857.
18.
Right around the Civil War.
What a great guess. 1992.
Oh, wow.
I went back to look. The last time I wasn't on a plane for 2 months was 1997. That's because we were still doing a lot of local shows back in Michigan, so we didn't have to travel anywhere to get to the shows. But at least I was still doing shows. 1992 is the last time I went 2 months without doing a show.
That's quite the stretch.
All right. Next question. Somebody asked, last week, we referenced Mike's presidential placemat that he grew up with that helps him with his presidential trivia. Yeah. Somebody asked, does Mike still have his presidential placemat?
Probably not the original one.
I do not have my original. I wonder if it's in my parents' house.
Was it laminated? Like it would last, right?
Yeah.
It would last forever.
My mom is not sentimental though. So like as soon as I moved out, I bet she tossed it. Yeah. If it's anywhere, it's there. I don't have it.
Because we've talked about, because now your daughter has a first lady placemat. Does it have the presidents on the other side?
Yes. It's double-sided.
Okay. So hers is just more advanced than yours.
Yes. Yes, as is she.
I was going to say, she is clearly more advanced than you. Well, speaking of your mother, who's not sentimental and throws things away that you treasured in your childhood and helped you learn all of your presidents, we have Mother's Day trivia.
Mother's Day trivia.
This is going to be good. You guys do good at random trivia, but some of these are a bit outside of the box.
Yeah.
So I'm anxious to see.
I'm not a mother, so I'm probably not going to.
What year was the first Mother's Day? So let's go. You should have to like ring in here. Who won?
Okay.
You have to say like ding ding and ring in, and then we check on the answer. And if you get it wrong, the other person gets a point. Jeremy.
The other person gets a point? We have all the years to pick from, and if we get it wrong, the other person gets a point. Mike, you want to go?
Okay, on this one, we'll go who's closest. Jeremy, what's your guess?
Okay.
Well, I guess we could both get it wrong, and we each get a point.
True. We'll give a point to whoever's closest. Jeremy, what do you have for first Mother's Day?
I gotta think it's I'm thinking it's not that long ago. I'm guessing it's probably like 1958.
Mike?
Ooh, okay. Here's what I know. I'm pretty sure it started with like Franklin Roosevelt, and he
Oh,
was reelected because a world war
he
was
was
going on.
Wow, this is quite a story.
1939.
And you said Franklin Roosevelt?
Yeah, is that right?
So all of that is wrong. But you're closer than Jeremy, so you get a point. All right, so Mike has 1 point. It was 1908.
Oh,
1908.
Okay.
So
During
next
the
question:
years
what
of
president
Andrew
officially
Garfield? I don't know.
what president officially established Mother's Day
Oh
in
wow,
1908?
Andrew Garfield.
Mike,
Calvin Coolidge.
both wrong. Woodrow Wilson.
That was my next guess.
Oh,
Woodrow
right.
Wilson.
I knew it was the alliterated president there.
All right, this one you have to ring in. First one to ring in gets to answer. What flower represents Mother's Day?
The booty deep beep.
Jeremy.
The daisy.
Sorry. Mike?
The lily.
Was that you ringing in, or was that like a Hanson impersonation?
Yeah. No, that was my buzzer. It needs a little
I heard
bit
an bop in there.
Brr, bop.
No, that's wrong too. It's the carnation.
It's the posy. The
Oh,
pansy.
the carnation.
The carnation.
That's right.
Carnation.
I went to Baptist church long enough in my childhood. I should have known that.
All right.
They always
ready?
gave out chocolates at my church.
Ready
What's
with
up,
your
Jonathan?
buzzers?
Thanks for joining us, Jonathan. I could have used your help here like 2 minutes ago.
Are you ready for ready with your buzzers?
Oh,
Okay.
again, yes.
Average number of kids per mom in the United States.
Average number of kids.
Biddity
boop bop.
Jeremy.
1.75.
Mike.
What you mean? It's what? 1.4.
Oh, Jeremy gets the point. It's 2.01.
Ah, 2.01.
0.01?
Yeah, a couple of them have like a third nipple or something. An extra finger.
A sixth toe.
The six-fingered
Wow.
I've got news for you. I'm not left-handed.
man.
All right. What day of the week has the highest birth rate?
What day of the week has the highest birth? Okay. What's 9 months from Valentine's Day?
Not what, like actual date?
No, day of the week.
Like day of the
Day
week.
of the week.
Monday through Saturday.
Really? This is a thing?
Okay, I'm guessing
Thursday.
Stress.
Thursday is incorrect.
The stress like starts to build up the birthing hormones and causes labor to intensify and
Why can't Mike just answer a question?
He's a complicated fellow.
Friday.
No,
Saturday.
both incorrect. It's Tuesday.
Well, hey, that's today. So happy
This one-
birthday to somebody.
Now your odds shrink. Which month has the most births in the United States?
October.
Incorrect. Jeremy? He's counting from Valentine's Day again.
November.
It's August.
Oh, that's when I was born.
What two states were the first states to observe Mother's Day?
Oh.
2 states observed it first
This
for
is
the
just completely random. I don't even know why. I think the founder is from one of them.
founder
Pennsylvania.
Woodrow Wilson from
No,
Ohio.
he's just the president that recognized it. There was some lady. What's her name? Anna Jarvis.
Oh, Anna Jarvis, yeah, from Iowa.
Right. From Iron Man's helmet.
Pennsylvania and West Virginia. First 2 states to
I
celebrate
said
Mother's Day.
Pennsylvania.
Congratulations, you get the point.
Yes.
You're ahead
Wow.
like 46-3.
Nice.
Mother's Day accounts for what percentage of annual flower purchases in the United States?
Oh, what percentage? 58.
gotta be higher.
58%.
It's got to be higher.
72.
58% of annual flower sales.
Oh, for one day? You're right. It's got to be
that
lower.
day accounts
Gotta
for
be
what
lower.
percentage of the
Jeremy, what are you
annual?
thinking? Clearly like 32%.
August buddies.
Happy birthday, Terry. I mean, a few months from now.
Later. Keep that for later. 30%.
25%. 25% of all the flowers sold in America are sold on Mother's Day.
That's a lot of flowers.
I
That's
thought it was
crazy.
58.
All right. True or false? Last question.
Okay.
True or false?
True.
Mother's Day is the second busiest day of the year for phone calls.
False.
What would be the first?
Obviously, Thanksgiving.
I feel like you guys are agreeing.
I'm gonna say false because I can't think of another holiday that would be more.
You are correct. It's first. Most phone calls are made. The most phone calls of any day of the year are made on Mother's Day. So, Jeremy, call your mom.
Right now?
You've mentioned multiple times on this podcast that your mom does not listen to this or support anything that we do. I think you said that. She doesn't support anything we do. And then today, Mike accused his mom of not being sentimental.
Yeah. Happy Mother's Day.
I'm gonna buy her a presidential placemat.
Oh, I have a couple of random facts for you too.
Wait, hold on. Who won? Was it
Jeremy? Clearly, yeah. It was a landslide. I just had that graphic ready. We've given Jeremy way too much power.
Is there a Mike wins banner even available?
No.
Oh, there was. Oh, it exists.
I made it just in case, but I was pretty sure.
Rita agrees. Jeremy, call your mom. Your mom wants to hear from you.
Okay, Rita, fine. I just bought her a Mother's Day gift 2 days ago. It's on the way.
Wow.
Check it out. In Yugoslavia, children tie up their mother on Mother's Day until the mother is able to pay a fee for her release. The fee is normally paid in candy.
That's a great day.
Didn't she go through enough already?
It's like a combination of Halloween and Easter eggs.
And terrorism. The perfect combination.
You tie up mom. When she comes up with enough candy, then you let her go.
You know, Mom, you have not done enough for me in my life. I'm going to tie you up and demand
you give me candy.
Something. And the only thing I want is candy.
She's tied up. She can't go get the candy. So maybe what you're doing is you're forcing Dad to get off the couch and go get some candy. She's preparing.
She has to get it a day early.
She has to have it with her all the time.
Wait, Jonathan,
Jonathan? No, come on. That's not true.
I feel like we have more questions to ask here.
Stay away from Jonathan.
We established that Mother's Day started in 1908. By 1920, Anna Jarvis, the starter of Mother's Day, had become disillusioned by the commercialization of Mother's Day, and she lobbied to have the holiday repealed.
Oh, that's one of those typical like characters from a movie where they've created something and then they hate their creation and they work against it.
Oh no, what have I done?
I think that's going to be a next Oscar movie. It's just going to be called Mother's Day.
She spoke out against the exploitation of the holiday by the flower industry.
Oh yeah, I mean 25% of flowers are annually are purchased that day, so that's ridiculous.
She was just mad that she wasn't a florist.
Well, oddly enough, at the end of Anna Jarvis's life, guess who anonymously paid for her care at the end of her life?
Hallmark. 1-800-Flowers.
The Florist Exchange.
Yeah.
Oh. The florist companies all got together and took care of her at the end of her life. So the story has a good ending.
What do you guys think about Mother's Week? Rita thinks.
Ooh,
I think
Mother's Day.
Mother's Month.
Deserve as much as they can.
Yeah.
Of course, if they're tied up for a whole week before giving us candy, that would make it be more difficult.
You don't want to tie them up for a week.
Jonathan's mom would probably not want that.
He's been doing that for a long time. We have not gotten to Mike's hat yet. Can we talk about Mike's hat for a second?
I have my hat.
What about it?
Well, first of all, it's covering up my poorly buzzed head.
Yeah, did you cut it yourself?
Yes.
You mean you have no choice?
Yeah. I
do you have clippers or do you use scissors? What did you use?
Everything.
He used the lawnmower.
A Flowbee.
I've got just got this here and this.
Wow. Why is that sitting by your desk?
Just in case.
You asked about my hat. Let's talk about the hat.
We have further questions.
It's a For King and Country hat. What does it remind you of, Mike?
It reminds me of, we went to the festival. What was the name of the music festival in Ohio?
Was it the Alive Festival in Ohio?
Ohio, right? And so For King and Country was there, and the festival president of, do festivals have presidents? Founder? I don't know.
Grand Vice Chancellor.
He drove us around on the golf cart, showing us what was going on in the festival, which was a great time. Which, of course, mostly I think I wear this hat and I think of the Tour of Fatness.
That's right. Tour of Fatness.
He brought us to all these like high-end food carts.
Because we discovered that some of the catering backstage, there were certain hours that it wasn't available, and based on our performance schedule, keep the hat on, Mike.
Yep.
Based on our performance schedule, we got done with our show, and we went back there to catering, and there was no food. So the guy in charge of the whole event said, "Come with me." We hopped on his golf cart, and there was a whole bunch of food trucks lined up. One of them claimed to have invented the hamburger.
Invented the hamburger is what they said.
I don't know how accurate that was.
Pretty good.
It
was really good.
I don't know if they invented it, but they made a good one.
We got ice cream that was made in the engine of a tractor.
That guy built his own ice cream maker.
Yeah.
It was amazing. What else did we have on the Tour of Fatness?
There was little donuts.
Oh yeah.
There was like a Caribbean fried rice sort of.
Yeah, it was noodles, right?
Oh yeah, noodles, right? Caribbean noodles.
And then
at one point,
I remember I had an ice cream in this hand and noodles in this hand, and then we stopped at somewhere else, and they were like, "Here, have this." Like it was like the donuts or something. I'm like, I literally don't have hands.
We were trying to juggle all the food. We had to set things down in the golf cart to take more food because we're with the director of the event, so they're all just dumping food on us. It was fantastic.
That saved my life. And so the hat came from the director. Also had like a bunch of freaking country hats. He was just, "Hey, you guys want hats, and so we got our hats."
Yeah,
Jeremy.
I was a very selfless human being that day.
Jeremy's much kinder than Mike. Let's just be honest.
It's true.
Jeremy did not want his hat.
Hey, we weren't gonna. I wasn't gonna say that part. Mike. I don't wear hats. I don't look good in them. They look weird on me. So, it was the director's kid, right?
Yeah, same guy that took us on the Tour of Fatness.
Yeah, or his niece or something. I don't know. But they were like, look at that hat. That's so cool. I wish I had that hat. And I was like, would you like this hat? And they were like, and I made their day, and he was very grateful.
You scored bonus points with the director of the event. Yeah.
It's true. But we still haven't been invited back.
But yeah, we drove away, and again, you were patting yourself on the back going, check out Mike. And all Mike wanted to point out was you didn't even want the hat. You were just trying to get rid of it so you didn't have to carry it around all day.
I thought that you were in For King and Country. Probably not.
Oh, maybe. Probably not.
Probably not.
Because I didn't talk like this. Wait, that's not right.
Mike, do you have sports nerd trivia for us today?
I do.
Oh, very nice. I love this segment.
A banner to introduce this next segment.
No.
If you're new with us, here's how this works. I watch a lot of sports. Right now, you watch like reruns of games that maybe you don't remember what happened, or there's the big Michael Jordan documentary going on. There's not a lot of sports to watch. Sports versus nerd trivia. I don't know anything about the nerd culture. I don't read comic books. I don't watch Star Wars. I know we just celebrated May the 4th be with you yesterday, but I wasn't really into it. A friend of mine it was his birthday, and he was celebrating, and I had this for him.
Oh,
I don't know that I actually believe. I don't know that I believe that Star Wars is overrated or not. I just wanted to mess with my friend.
Cut that out.
Yeah, we gotta edit this out. You can clear his window. We don't want to lose viewership.
So, where was I? Oh, so I don't know anything about that. Jeremy knows all about the nerd culture, but he knows very little about sports. I think we mentioned this last week. Jeremy's sports references come from Space Jam or NBA Jam.
Or NBA Jam.
If there's jam involved.
I did play a little bit of NHL Hockey 97 on the Sega Genesis.
Who was your favorite hockey player?
I don't think I remember any of the players, but I do remember I played as the Red Wings.
Oh, good choice.
Because they had the best stats.
Good choice. That's Gordie Howe right there of the Red Wings.
Yeah,
That's what he looks like.
that was him.
Good choice. All right. So Mike can speak both languages, nerd culture and sports.
I know
So
a
he
little
comes
bit
up with
about both.
questions,
Just
but
enough to get
apparently
by.
for regular people are easy and for us are not. What do you have for us today, Mike?
All right, Jeremy, we're going to start with you. This is a question I feel like most, normal sports knowledge people would know. We'll see if you do. You might not.
Okay.
But which of the following terms would you not encounter in the sport of golf?
Golf. Okay.
Ready? So here there's 4 options: sand, wood, stone, or iron.
Which is the one that does not belong in the game of golf?
Yes.
Sand,
wood, stone, or iron.
There's sand in
right now in Jeremy's
golf.
head. He's just thinking, if I stall this out long enough, maybe Jonathan will type the answer in the chat.
True. I'm also trying to think back to like Happy Gilmore or any of the other semi-quasi sports movies that I've seen.
Happy Gilmore, where Adam Sandler and Bob Barker got into the best brawl of all time.
And I think they fought in sand, maybe. Sand, wood, you said?
Wood, stone, iron.
Stone and iron. There are stones, I think. I don't know if there's iron. Maybe like the fencing. I don't.
Wait, fencing the sport?
No, fencing like around the golf course to keep people out.
Montsason, he knows this one.
Do you think? Probably. I don't know. Wood, there's trees. There's a lot of trees.
What's your answer?
It's got to be iron.
The correct answer is stone. Wood and iron are actually both types of golf clubs.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
No stones involved unless
I'm
the
just
Rolling
thinking about
Stones
nature.
Jonathan admitted he's too slow of a typer to be able to help you. Sorry about that. If only he was quicker. He needs to practice. We were in a hotel room one time and the two of you decided to take a typing test. You guys, I was doing something else and I wasn't paying attention. I asked one of you a question and they were like, "Shh, we're taking a typing test."
I gotta type fast. Yeah.
All right, Carl, your turn.
All right, I'm ready.
Speaking of stone, what is the name of the mythological creature that could turn you into stone just by you looking at it?
Wait, by looking at it?
I'll give you a hint by looking at her.
Okay, so my thought went to there was one. The one guy some people tell me I look like is Michael Chiklis, and didn't he play like a big rock kind of character on like an Avenger movie or something?
He did. That was called The Thing. Yep.
Yeah.
Was the Thing made out of rock?
Yes, but he could not turn people to stone.
Oh, that was the only guess I had. Somebody by looking at her, she turns you into stone?
Yes.
I mean, my mom had quite a stare when I acted up, but
correct. Carl's mom. Happy Mother's Day.
Wait, I shouldn't have said that. I think because unlike Jeremy's mom, my mom will probably listen to this.
Oh.
The correct answer is very different from Carl's mom. It is the Greek mythological creature known as Medusa.
Yeah.
And when you looked at Medusa, she turned you into stone.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's a bad day.
So you had to fight her by looking in a reflection to see where she is.
Nowadays, you could
use his shield to see where she was. Both the reflection.
That's disturbing.
There we go.
Right. I have the next feature combines two things that we talk about sometimes. This one is This Week in 321 History.
Oh.
And it also relates to this Mother's Day celebration we've been talking about today.
Okay.
This week in 2017, do you know where we were performing that has a connection to Mother's Day?
This week, 2017.
We were on the road doing a show this week, May in 2017.
Well, this time of year, we're always in Marietta, Georgia.
Wait a second. Medusa had snakes for hair?
Mm-hmm.
Monse just shared that. Is that true?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, in the mythological story, yes.
No, it's real.
It's true in the mythological sense.
Yeah.
All right. That was disturbing. Thanks for sharing that, though.
She was a
thanks for
Gorgon.
not including pictures. All right. So where were we this week in 2017? Marietta, Georgia usually is next week.
Is that...
Oh, is it?
This is... No, the Cowboy Church. That was a different time.
Oh, that was a good one, though. When we performed at the Cowboy Church.
Yeah. I was thinking that, but I don't think that's it. That was,
That was a good one.
in the
Remember the
summer.
snacks at the Cowboy Church? They had some good food.
2017?
Yeah.
Shouldn't be that long ago. A Mother's Day event?
3 years
It's
ago?
about 3 years, if I do the math.
Wow.
Mike, where are you right now?
New Hampshire.
We were in New Hampshire in 2017 at the Nashua Christian School where your mom used to work.
Oh, Mike. Come on.
That's embarrassing.
Here's my main memory of that show. It was a really cool church, downtown Nashua, New Hampshire. But Mike was calling out some lady in the audience that I think
Jen might even be here. I'll have to let her know to watch.
Oh,
that's right. It was somebody you knew, right?
Yeah.
And she asked a question at the beginning of the show, and we laughed and joked around. And then all through the show, Mike kept doing callbacks to this lady. Was it about how many kids she had or something?
Yeah.
Yep. She's just a
she had
tired
like
mother
6
of,
or something.
It was really funny, but it got to the point where you're like, ooh, that might have been a little bit harsh. But then we realized, oh, okay, they're friends. It's okay.
Oh yeah, she's a giant fan of 3-2-1, so that's good.
I feel attacked by this.
She's not wrong, Carolyn. You're not wrong.
It's true.
Not wrong at all.
Mike's eating a snack right now.
It's our lunch break, right?
Yeah, that's not wrong at all. Normally we've got a batch of hummus around us and some vegetables in the green room for snacks, and then afterwards, man, it's a free for all. What was was that in Michigan, the donut shop that Cops and Donuts?
Oh yeah.
That's a good one. I don't know where that came from. Maybe I'm just thinking about donuts.
Yeah, probably.
So we could do a whole podcast episode about our donut experiences if we want to.
Jeremy, I can see your microphone there on the side of your shot as we wrap up today's podcast. I feel like it's been a couple of weeks since we heard from Jazzy Jeremy. Is there any way we could hear Jazzy Jeremy? If you're new and you haven't heard Jazzy Jeremy, it's entertaining and yet disturbing at the same time.
Yeah, that's what it's been described as.
Yeah. One time Mike and I showed up late in the hotel and Jeremy had started the podcast without us, and it was this kind of creepy jazz room kind of voice. Hey, welcome to the podcast, everybody. This is Jazzy Jeremy. Welcome you in. We're going to have Mike Dominy on the stand-up bass. Carl Crispin will be tickling the ivories over on the keyboards. But I think yours was more disturbing than that. You got any 80s lyrics for us to read?
Sure.
A little bit of Journey or something?
I can't. From this particular spot, I can't. Oh, hey.
Yeah. We mentioned that eye test, and that somebody just mentioned your eye test in the background.
Oh yeah,
we've talked about that before. It's in a different language.
Yeah, I acquired a. I don't know if it's Japanese or Chinese or whatever, but it is an Asian eye chart.
Speaking of things in the background, you may have noticed back on my shelf, there's these games called I'm Weird and Clue Crew, produced by 3-2-1 Improv. Mike, I always forget, where would somebody get a hold of one of these if they wanted to play in their own home I'm Weird or the Clue Crew game?
I was just thinking that. You could go to 321improv.com. Check out the store there. Yeah, I was thinking about that. Yep.
It's good that we got that in there. Otherwise, when the podcast ends, I hear from Gresham immediately. You forgot the product placement. Mention the games.
Rita says, stop stalling, Jeremy, and give us that Jeremy's voice.
Right. Okay.
All right. Here we go. We're wrapping things up with Jazzy Jeremy reciting 80s lyrics. What do you have?
Let's see. Whoa. We're halfway there. Whoa. Living on a prayer. Take my hand, we'll make it. I swear. Whoa.
And that's our show.
Yes, that definitely is all the time we have for today. Thank you for everybody listening on the podcast. Thank you for those of us that joined us live on YouTube and Facebook. Thank you, StreamYard, for your help. Although all of these features have given Jeremy way too much power. Jeremy, do you want to make us bounce around? There's way too many options. Yeah, now he just cuts us out of the picture. Oh, it's disturbing. Oh boy, we are 321 Improv, three Christian guys combined into one ministry, all to bring glory to the one who makes it all possible. Thanks a lot for joining us. We'd love to hear from you. Check in with us on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at 321 Improv. We'd love to hear from you, and we will talk to you again next week.
Sorry, everybody.
Carolyn said she's melting.
She's melting.
We need to stop it now. Shut it down.
Is that good? This podcast ends in 3, 2, 1. Woo.